Was ist los, Deutschland? How's it going, guys? So I've just completed my first month of Sprachschule, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the German language. First of all, I'm sorry about the background, by the way. I haven't had much time / couldn't be bothered to renovate the office just yet. But let me see if I can make it a bit nicer for you anyway. Ich hoffe, das besser ist. So if you watched my first video, I'm sure you've noticed that I can actually speak a little bit of German. Ein bisschen Deutsch. Now, I'm sure it's obvious, but a few hashtag YouTubers out there that enjoy writing stupid comments like Die Grammar ist nicht so toll. Dummer Ausländer. Scheißsatz. Ja, ich weiß, ich muss mehr Deutsch lernen. So I'm currently studying level A 2.1 German. There's actually 6 levels in total. You start from level A1, which is beginner, complete noob, and you go up to level C2, which is business, super native German speaker, something like that, business language. I'm actually aiming to get to level B2, which is upper intermediate, and at the end of level B1 you can do an exam at the Goethe Institute where you get a certificate that proves you have a mastery of basic German, and this is accepted or I suppose looked upon by businesses in German that, you know, basically you can get a job, you can get a full-time job in Germany with a level B1 certificate, which kind of brings me on to my next question. How hard is it to learn German for a native English speaker? So, the Foreign Service Institute, whoever they are, no idea, just looked it up online, apparently says that for a native English speaker, learning German is in category 2 out of 5 categories. So, not easy, not hard, maybe a bit hard, maybe not so easy, no idea. It's completely subjective, isn't it, at the end of the day? They say it takes about 750 hours to learn German, which is 30 weeks, which is about 7.5 months. Now, from all of the language schools that I've seen, they say you can do 1 level in 2 months, and take into account that there's 6 levels, so that equals 12 months. But most people don't necessarily start at the beginning and then finish at the end, so I'd say it's probably about correct 6 to 7 months you can learn German in 30 weeks. But then people always ask the question, how do you start? So I thought I'd give you a little bit of my advice on what helped me at the beginning when I was learning German. Now, before you get stuck into learning German, I think the most important part, first of all, is to make the decision. Make the decision and stick to it.
Just do it!
If you're going to learn a language, it doesn't take 2 weeks. You're going to have to stick to it for like 6 months to a year. If you're going to be moving to the country where you're going to be learning the language, it's obviously going to go a lot quicker, especially if you go to a language school. But if you're doing it in your own country and you just want to get a basic level or an intermediate level, the most important thing is that you make the decision and then you fucking stick to it.
So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
So there's a ton of information and apps and courses and games on the internet that you can really get stuck into, and best of all, it's for free. You know, we live in an age where you can get anything you want on the internet and you can learn a language for free, which is absolutely amazing, and without it I don't think that I would even be here, or I've gotten as far as I could before I decided to move to Germany. So here's some of the things that helped me when I first got started. So the first thing that actually really helped me get started in German was the Duolingo app. Best thing about this app is that it's completely free, and it has all the elements that you need to learn a language. It's very visual, it's got pictures with words. Every sentence is spoken to you in German, so you can learn the pronunciation. You also have parts where you type in German sometimes, and you type in English, and you try and translate those sentences. And also you can actually speak into it, but I find this a bit strange doing it in public, so I tend not to do it, or maybe do it a bit at home. Only thing about it is that the sounds, it sounds a bit like a robot speaking to you, but I'm not complaining because the app is completely free. So do it, download it. The next thing that helped me is a bit old school, and it's basically in the form of flashcards. You can buy these anywhere from any stationery store. Amazing thing about flashcards is that obviously there's a few different elements to it. there's the element of actually writing the word in English and then having the word in German. And that means you can practice it either way around. There's also the element of having it in different colours. So actually on one you can have nouns and the other you can have verbs. And for instance, eating, essen, is a verb. And you've got curtain or curtains, so you can actually learn the plural as well as the singular. And you've got der Vorhang and die Vorhänge. Yet again, if you just do flashcards like 2 to 3 times a week, or even once a week, it's really up to you. It's just about mixing it up. So one day you can do your Duolingo app, a couple of days later you can do some flashcards. You know, you've got to keep it interesting, you've got to keep it exciting and fun to do it yourself. Not only that, but you can actually do it with a friend. They can hold the flashcards and obviously they can challenge you, see if you know the right answer. So I actually had a private tutor in London, and this is something I can highly recommend. Now I know what you're thinking, oh it's really expensive, I can't afford it. Yeah, well there's tons of things online which are completely for free. So you might as well spend a little bit of money on this element of it. And like I said, it's a bit more interesting than doing the same thing every single day. Now I had a private tutor which was just once a week for an hour, but it really helped me get down the basics of German in level A1. Before I actually left London, I did my A1 exam at the Goethe Institute and got 85%, so it's not too bad for having a tutor once a week for an hour, and it only cost me 20 quid. You can also find it for 25 quid. I know it's expensive in London, and I'm sure it's probably not as expensive as other places in the UK, but can highly recommend it. So this is actually another app, and the app is basically from a website called Dict.cc, and it's a dictionary basically, translate English to German, German to English. The reason I like it is because it's so simple. It gives you every article that you need with a noun, the der, die oder das. Also breaks it down into adjectives and verbs. And it's really quick to use, and it also has listening functions, so you can actually listen how the words are pronounced. So, and I use it every single day at language school as well. It's really helpful. If you want to quickly look up a word, you can do it on your phone, or just I even have a traditional dictionary as well. Good old Oxford School German dictionary. Obviously it takes a bit longer to look in here, so I just use my phone instead, but can highly recommend either phone or a book. Oh, so tits. Get to level B1, no one cares, but which shows everywhere, apart from what I found publishing and websites that you can find on the internet. What language is that? What the fuck, man?